All right, guys. Shout out to BM Generation for suggesting the Kevin Lee what if prediction versus Khabib, and the Justin Gaethje what if prediction versus Khabib. Justin Gaethje was a lot of fun to do this study. This guy, his footwork is near elite. His takedown defense is um, at times near elite, but it's always fucking good, pretty good, at least pretty good. He doesn't really get off balance a lot, no matter where he's throwing his strikes from. He could throw from a bad platform. He could throw from a good platform. He's getting a lot on it always. Um, Justin Gaethje's wrestling is fucking good. I don't know if it's elite, but I don't know if he needs elite wrestling. Um, because his takedown and his shooting is good. His kicks are good. They're smart. He chops the tree down. I mean, that would be if I was teaching self defense. Justin Gaethje would be the person, the model of how I would teach self defense, as far as being able to have good takedown defense, being able to shoot when you need to, but use your low kicks, chop the tree down, get your opponent immobile, and then just start fucking throwing hands, good hands. He can dodge a lot of powerful shots. So he takes some shots, but he doesn't take the worst shots. And usually when he takes them with a little bit less off of it. So what I mean is if someone throws a power shot, he's not taking the full power. He's kind of dipped. He's moved. So he's getting grazed. So he's getting hit, but he's not taking the worst of it. Very excellent um, decision making from Gaethje. So at times he leaves himself vulnerable. He does. So don't confuse that with bad decision making process, because when he leaves himself vulnerable, he still gets his opponent in a vulnerable position. So his transition from him being in a bad position to him being in an advantageous position is good. Even though he does gamble, he does he gambles, and versus Khabib, he'll pay for that. Um, just engage you like you got to go with Khabib until someone takes him, and it's the judo. It is the fucking master sport of judo. It is the master sport of wrestling. It's he's got two elite skills, um, and no one else has got one of those as elite as he has. Both of them. There's not anyone else in the MMA who's as elite at judo, let's say, as Khabib that I've seen. Maybe somebody's got it and it hasn't come out of the tool bag yet, um, which I'd be excited to see. Um, and there's not a wrestler in mixed martial arts and probably in wrestling that's as elite as Khabib is in wrestling. I know that's a bold statement, but 29-0, man, like for real. And anything that he's lost was robbery. So until someone can out wrestle him, or out judo him, or out sambo him, you gotta kind of say he's the best. So, man, who is a better opponent, Gaethje or Ferguson? That's tough. You give the edge to Tony because Tony he he can transition very well. He goes down very well. He gets on his feet very well. And even if you pin him, he's got elbows. He cuts motherfuckers. He cuts motherfuckers. And his hands are big and heavy, and you don't see people pull away from him very well. So just from that, Ferguson is the hardest fight because he could submit on the ground from awkward angles. He can throw strikes on the ground from awkward angles. And Khabib's taking everybody to the ground. And you're only going to have an awkward angle. You're not going to have a great platform to fire from because Khabib is the world's greatest at, mixed martial arts that we've seen in the UFC. There might be a better judo guy somewhere on the planet. There might be a better sambo guy somewhere on the planet. There might be a better wrestler somewhere on the planet. I doubt there's a better wrestler on the planet. I just doubt it. I don't know, but I doubt it. So, but Geathje's got one punch, one touch power, and he doesn't have to have his feet in a great place for it. He doesn't have to. He keeps you moving. He makes sure you don't set your feet. Geathje's legit. Geathje is legit. This was very fun, dude. Thanks for making me go and watch this guy. This is very fun. I don't know if he's elite per se, but he's on the doorstep. Like, and you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and say it. He's an elite striker, and he's got elite footwork. From what I've seen, he makes people fucking turn. It's subtle. His fucking takedown defense is fantastic. I can't say enough good things about Justin Geathje. His only downfall is he leaves himself vulnerable. He takes a little bit too many chances. And when you start fighting the Khabibs of the world, he's going to pay immediately every time for his gambles. You can pull that shit. You can sucker somebody by taking a chance and looking like you're in a advantageous position, against somebody who is just very good. But you ain't doing that against Khabib. You're probably not doing that against Conor McGregor. You're not gonna get away with that shit against Tony Ferguson. But if he can, shore up his game plan and limit his chances, Geathje's got a chance against anyone. If he could just clean up, taking the risks, if he can fucking simplify his game, meet him in the middle, trade strikes, work him around with the footwork, make them. That's the one thing he's missing. If he can make them be the one that takes the chance at all time, his striking is so good. His striking is it's so good that he can just stand his ground and bounce and just bob and weave and make the other person have to take the chance. Because why does he have to take a chance? He's got one touch pop. Ain't no need to take no chances. Feel me? If you can strike like that and trade like that and miss the brunt of your opponent's assault, and you got the cardio and you got the chin to make it through all the rounds, why fucking take a chance? Who gives a fuck? Who fucking cares? Let them come into you and fucking rifle one in there, make them get off balance, and then rifle one in there. If I was Geathje, my whole game plan would be footwork and just abuse them. You don't even have to take a lot of strikes. I would simplify the strikes. If I was him, take on the world this way, Geathje. But do your low kicks, until they have to shoot, make them have to take a chance. Use your footwork to get into an advantageous position, and then fucking touch them up. Just dance and touch them up. That's what I would. I mean, I would definitely work on my ground game, but if you could just dance and touch them up, and then keep off the ground as much as you can, you fight for a long time, bro. That would be my recommendation to him. And just keep working on it, because that solid wrestling background, he's going to be able to slip and avoid being pinned and trapped and submitted. Um, and I think that's where it's weird to say, but I think that's where he's most vulnerable against the elite guys is going on the ground, even with Conor McGregor. You know, and don't I wouldn't play the close game too much because I think Khabib can out judo him and those are some nasty throws that Khabib and Zabit and some of your upper level judo guys. Even with someone like Charles Olivier, whatever his name is, his jiu-jitsu is pretty fantastic, and that's where I see Geathje kind of running into problems. Is taking too many risks and getting submitted because he left a straight arm, or taking too many risks and getting submitted with his leg because he got taken down because he went for too big of a shot, But other than that, he's got a clean game. It was very fun to watch. I'm definitely a fan. That's my analysis.